Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Two-Way Street Virtual Coffee House. We're having a little bit of a problem getting our performer in tonight, Pete Norman from Minnesota. We're not exactly sure what has happened. We did a check earlier a couple days ago, and everything went well. So perhaps his internet is down, perhaps his power went out. We're not exactly sure. But at any rate, I'm just kind of going to give him a few more minutes here before we tell everybody not tonight. The Two-Way Street Coffee House has been providing live music on Friday nights for 50 years. Coming up the next month, November, we are having a whole month of celebration, virtual celebration. But we're still planning to do an in-house celebration when we can. And so we are working hard on this virtual. We've got some artists that are going to be playing for us, and they are representing different decades, the 2010s and the 2000s and yada, 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 all the way back to start. And so we're really looking forward to that. Again, that'll be starting in November. Like I say, we will be working on in-house celebration when we can. This would have been week 18 of our live streaming for artists coming in to our tonight. Pete Norman was scheduled to be here. We talked to him. We did a sound check for him a couple days ago. Everything seemed to be working just fine. And sadly, he doesn't seem to be joining us. So we're not exactly sure what the problem is, and I'm just kind of going along and trying to come up with a few more minutes to see if he can somehow get himself in. So we're, like I say, we're in new territory here. My daughter said we are building the plane while we are flying it. And I think that pretty much describes all of the virtual events that are going on. We never really planned on being virtual performers, but here we are. So nonetheless, we are doing our best. And like I say, we've done this now. This would have been week 18. We're pretty set from our end, but the variable is always the performer and the setup that they have, because they are at their home. Pete is in Brainerd, Minnesota. We've had people last week from Michigan and Ohio and Florida and yada yada, on and on it goes, and they are having to set up their own rig, their own studio or whatever there at their location. And so we are, like I say, we're building the plane while we're flying it. Next week, we have Jim and Susie Malcolm I believe they are West Coast, like Washington type people, and that'll be on next Friday night, and hopefully we will be able to make our connection. So,
I
uh,
do have a video of Pete ready to go.
okay, okay. Our man behind the curtain says he does have a short video, so I think we're going to go ahead and play that now. Take it away.
Carry me home to San Francisco and bury my body there. That was the story of a very unfortunate colored man who was arrested down in old Hong Kong. He had 20 years privilege taken away from him when he kicked old Buddha gone.
Okay, that was a little clip from the past. And like I say, we were still hoping that Pete would somehow be able to get in. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Tomorrow, we do have the country western sing around, and that's from 2 to 4. So that's the 2 to 4 on the October 24. And you would go to the twowaystreet.org website, and that'll be a Zoom meeting. For those of you who've done it in the past, you're pros, and if you're not, it's not too hard. You just click on the link, and it'll take you there. You can listen, you can play, or you can listen and play. So on that happy note, I guess Pete is not going to be with us tonight. So I believe I'm going to turn this back over to the man behind the curtain, and he is going to say goodnight. And, oh, wait a minute. I'm seeing here Jim and Susie are actually coming to us from Scotland. And I did preview a little of their music, and I did hear, a bit of a Scottish twang there. And so, man behind the curtain, can you close? I'm just going to close. I'm just going to close us out and say, thank you for coming. This is our first time we've had a no-show, and we are making it up as we go along. So, so have a safe weekend, and we will see you next Friday. And
all right.
Okay, wait a minute. Man behind the curtain, you have a word?
Dan says he is online.
Okay.
That's from Joel.
Yeah. So we are trying to pick them up as best we can, and so I guess I'll continue to dance and skate and carry on here, in hopes that somehow he'll get in.
See if I can find another video.
Do you have another video, man behind the curtain?
I have another video. It's finding it.
Yes. That's it's nice to be able to talk to somebody, because right now I'm just talking to a laptop, and so.
Yeah, no, let's see. Got a ton of other music videos. And play.
I'm seeing our director says he's chatting with Pete's wife. And it says roll some heather. Oh, that from Heather Steica?
Oh, Heather Steica, yeah.
Yeah. Do we have something we could roll there?
Oh yeah, just give me a. Okay, this is Folk Alliance.
So, some people around the coffee house call me the man of many hats. I only own a few. So what's up with that? Actually, what that means is that I have taken on every possible volunteer position there. I've been I pour coffee. I can do the MC job. I can run the sound for them, and even open and close and pay the performers. So I have pretty much taken on all of the tasks there at the coffee house. I've been there now about 3-4 years, and they trust me with the keys. I'm trying to read the messages on the side, but on my little laptop, these old eyes are
You do Lee Murdoch. Oh, wait, is this Heather? Nope, that's not Heather.
Joel says that Lee would be good. I mean, Lee's been performing with us since like the early days, and so that would be a nice little fill in. I guess Pete is still trying to somehow make it happen, and we are trying to fill the airtime here with a combination of good looks and charm. And so the man behind the curtain. He happens to also be the assistant director, and I'm the finance director, and I pour coffee, and I do the MC, and I do, man of many hats, master of none. I have been taking advantage this week. This would have been our weekend to be at the what is called the Farm Concert, Folk Alliance Regional Midwest, where we would have had 4 days of intense music from morning till night. Because of the COVID, we are here with you tonight. But they did do, and they did some what they call private showcases. Two-Way Street Coffee House did do a private showcase. We presented, I think it was 6 people, and they were each given about 10 minutes or so, or a couple of songs. And so all this week, I've been virtually going to what's called the Farm Conference, Folk Alliance Region Midwest. So I've had many hours here in front of the computer, and have totally enjoyed myself. Even today, they had a nice lecture about with the wisdom of the elders, and so they had 4 people who have been around folk music for a long, long time, and they the moderator then asked some nice probing questions of how'd you get started, and what do you think, and what is it going to take, and so that worked out real nice. Totally enjoyed that today. They also had, before the start of that, they had a little video that had all of had some, short little clips of music going on. They had, just bunches and bunches of music and people, and we're really missing that. And I think that's true of everybody out there right now. We are missing that close human contact. There was talk about, seeing people once a year at this conference and, hugging people. And of course, that's now out, but we are going to be safe. We are going to wear our mask. I don't have a mask on right now because I'm here by myself. So, man behind
I'm working on it.
Oh, the man's still working on it, and I'm still talking. one of the main thrust behind this whole virtual has been a lady named Annie Capps, and she is just a phenomenal person. She can just pretty much do anything, and is pretty much the director of anything going on with the Midwest, the Midwest folk scene. She's got some good support people, but Annie is just really has really stepped up in this virtual world, and has been putting up some stuff that is just pretty unbelievable. Um, with, like I say, with recordings, with live broadcasts. Matter of fact, she and her husband Rod were just here at the coffee house. They did a Friday night coffee house for us from their home in Michigan, and that's kind of the way it's been working. Is rather than driving here to do the coffee house kind of goes to you and it goes to them, and so yeah. But we've had, like I said, we've had really good luck so far. We're using this product called StreamYard, and it seems to work pretty well.
When we have an artist.
I'm now hearing we have an artist. I'm listening. This is kind of like, kind of like the breaking news on the television, where the people in your ear are telling you stuff, and you're trying to keep talking, and they keep whispering in your ear with hopefully good information. So I'm running out of words. I know that, like I say, we are doing a virtual salute to 50 years of Two-Way Street Coffee House in November, and we've got each Friday night we've got a performer representing that decade. We've got Heather Steika, we've got George Mattson, of course we've got Mark Dvorak, and I believe we've got who have we else? I'm trying to think now. At the end of the month, we've got Lee Murdoch, and these are people who have been on the folk scene now for quite a while, and will represent the decade. And then we've got some additional stuff, some little videos and still shots of history along the way. And if I seem rather vague, it's because I know the performers, I know who's the Friday nights, and some of the other stuff is being developed as we go. I am working, I'm pretty close to the mic. I just had a message here, my audio is very weak. I can move, the mic is right here. So.
I'm processing a video of Lee Murdoch.
Oh, okay.
So give me another about a minute, and then that'll be ready to go online. And then we'll probably go to call it a night.
All right. So the word from the man behind the curtain is he needs about one more minute, and then he's going to do a short clip from Lee Murdoch, and then it looks like Pete's not going to be able to make it here tonight, so we're going to have to watch our Lee Murdoch. Wish everybody well. Know that next week we've got Jim and Susie coming in, and I understand now they're coming from Scotland. That should be another bit of a dilemma with time zones and countries and that. But through it all, we're flying the plane and building the plane as we're flying it, and it's really sad because we just talked with Pete a couple days ago. We did a whole video check, and he came through just fine. We talked about everything, and I don't know. Like I say, it could be that his power went out. It could be that his his internet went out. He did say that this is a new approach for him, so he's been at this way too long to have butterflies, but so we are, again, I'm trying to read the little notes on the sidebar here as I'm talking to you, and trying to keep the balls in the air while our man behind the curtain does his thing.
I'm uploading the video now, so.
All right, so he said he's uploading video right now, and hopefully we will have that very, very shortly, because we're just trying to hang in there as best we can, still in hopes that somehow Pete will be able to come through for us, but it's starting not to look too good. Our director's messing with me now. He's sending me little side messages and telling me, telling me little funnies. He just told me, you're such a handsome man, and God knows I know I'm not. But I think he's just trying to encourage me to hang in there in hopes that St. Nicholas soon will be there. Whoops, no, that's not ready.
Yeah, we don't. No. Halloween hasn't come and gone yet.
Oh, really? Then I should probably take off this mask.
My totally unrelated to coffee house. My mom would always say, "Don't put the Christmas wish list up until after Halloween."
Ah, yes.
And come on.
None of us ever really thought we would be, gurus here when it comes to all of the as I call it, FM, magic. But somehow we are just
We're just private.
we're just hoping that everything works out. Like I said, we've had really good luck up till now. Our performers have made it in. Provided us with an excellent show, and so I guess we never expect, to be left like this. But I'm sure that it's a technical glitch, because Pete said he was really interested in playing.
Joe's asking if you've written any new songs.
Have I written any new songs? Oh God, yes. I think I've got about 8 originals now. None of which are music worthy or video worthy, but I continue to keep plugging away. This this being home has caused me to do something to do my time here. Okay, I think we're ready. Are we getting ready?
I'm going to start this video, and then I'm going to check with.
There before the storm at Seshua. It was their only choice at Seshua. Et de Bionville is what the sailors say. Et de Bionville, Seshua. As the days passed by, they built a tower high, flashing out into the evening sky at Seshua. They built a tower high at Seshua. And they laughed and danced into the night, while the fiddler played his tunes with delight. And Seshua, we danced into the night. And Seshua, adieu, bienvenue is what the sailors say. Adieu, bienvenue, Seshua. Adieu, bienvenue is what the sailors say. Adieu, bienvenue, Seshua. And if you listen to the evening wind, you can hear their voices singing again. And Seshua, hear their voices sing. And Seshua, where the eagle flies across the open sky, Great Spirit, touch my eyes that I might see the beauty there. Where the eagle flies, and Seshua. Adieu, bienvenue is what the sailors say. Adieu, bienvenue, Seshua. Adieu, bienvenue is what the sailors say. Adieu, bienvenue, Seshua. Adieu, bienvenue is what the sailors say. Adieu, bienvenue, Seshua.
All right. Looks like we're trying to get Pete on right now. Our director is working hard at trying to make the connections. We're still hoping for the miracle, and he says he's on the phone with Pete right now, trying to get him to get hooked in. So I'll continue to song and dance here in hopes that we can get Pete on, because I like his music. I think he's got some really good stuff. I've heard him many times before, and so I'm really looking forward to hearing him tonight. And I'm hanging in there with, like I say, just jabbering along and trying to keep people interesting. And
there we go.
oh, wait a minute, I'm hearing "Here We Go." I see
Okay,
Pete.
Bye.
I see Pete. Hello, Pete. Hello, Pete.
Had a little computer problem, I understand.
Well, yeah, I guess we're, like I said, we're flying the plane while we're building it. And
Yeah. I think we damn near crashed that time, I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Okay, well, I've been
But
song and
here we
dancing
are.
now I've been song and dancing for
I'm
a
sorry.
while. So I'm turning it
Well,
over to
you're
you.
a good man.
I'm turning it over to you, Pete.
Okay.
Take it away,
Is it?
Pete.
This is me now, okay? Sorry about that, folks. I was sitting there looking at this for thinking, what in the heck's going on? So, but here we are, finally. Better late than never, I say. And now I'm going to start playing a song. I can't think of a better song right now than this one right here. Well, I signed on last night. My screen name's Cowboy Joe. Found a country chat room. I met a girl named Do-Si-Do. Started swapping fantasies. We both got a little bolder. Never saw my wife staring over my shoulder. And the World Wide Web became all the rage. I jumped head first into the cyber age, but I was caught sending email to some other female. Now I'm SOL on AOL, and I'm looking for a new homepage. Well, the more she cried, the more she screamed, the more her anger rose. Said, I hope you saved what's on that screen, 'cause your machine just froze. You might have faulty memory, well, I don't give a damn. Just get your hard drive out of here till you get more megs of RAM. And the World Wide Web became all the rage. I jumped head first into the cyber age, but I was caught sending email to some other female. Now I'm SOL on AOL, and I'm looking for a new homepage. So now you cyber surfers, you better take this tip from me. You don't need a faster processor, you don't need more memory. And all of your peripherals, it just might go to waste if you don't have a nice warm home page. Man, it's cold in cyberspace. And the World Wide Web became all the rage. I jumped head first into the cyber age, but I was caught sending email to some other female. Now I'm SOL on AOL, and I'm looking for a new homepage. I'm SOL on AOL, and I'm looking for a new homepage. So, yeah, you betcha. I heard a computer guy one time say that if the world's going to end, it's going to be by accident. And we're computer professionals. We cause accidents. So, I'm starting to think that what they said was true. And speak about ending the world. Well, come on, baby, won't you take a chance? Papa's gonna show you a brand new dance. Hustle on down, it won't be no drag. Let's do that election year rag. Take 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right. Stand in the middle and you hang on tight. Come on down now, don't you lag. Let's do that election year rag. Jump up on the old bandwagon, tell you what we're gonna do. Go to the precinct captain's house this morning, scarf up some lame duck stew. So don't you cry, don't shed no alligator tears. Thank God it only comes around every 4 years. I'm your dark horse and you're my nag. Let's do that election year rag. Ain't no need to kick up such a fuss. The winner's always somebody else and the loser's always us. So don't shake it to the east, shake it to the west. Ain't nobody's choice, anybody's guess. Hand me on down my bulletproof vest. Let's do that election year rag. Get the chords right. Let's do that election year rag. Yeah, Steve would have been proud. That's a Steve Goodman song, and it's a perfect song for right now. Excuse me a second. Get out and vote if you haven't. I already have. I should be wearing my I voted button. Well, I took a walk to the corner store, but I found it wasn't there no more. It got eaten up, it got beaten down by the big box store at the edge of town. My crack team of lawyers recommended that I not use their name, and so I won't. So I got in my car and drove and drove and drove and drove and drove and drove, and when I got there, this ain't no bull. The whole dang parking lot was full of automobiles. I guess most of them are driven there by fools just like me. So I got out of my car and I swallowed my pride, walked up to the door and I stepped inside. I was met there by an old guy named Art who handed me a shopping cart. I said, no, thank you. He said, you better take it, son. I said, I won't be needing it, sir. He said, oh, I think you will. So I pushed that cart for it seemed like miles, down about 150 aisles, all filled with stuff I'd never need, a testament to consumer greed. Most of it is made in the good old USA. That's USA, about 500 miles southwest of Beijing. They got car batteries and baseball bats and guns and knives and ladies' hats and TVs, CDs, bolts of silk. All I wanted was a gallon of milk. I couldn't find any. Another customer said she thought she saw some once, but couldn't quite remember where. So I found a clerk. Tell you what, wanted to be called an associate. I need milk and maybe butter too. His eyes told me he didn't have a clue. He said, go ask him. And then he said, go ask her. And she said, go ask him. And then I just quit asking. And as I walked around, I filled that cart with socks and paint and celery hearts. And after walking around all day, I went to find me a place to pay. They got 57 cash registers. Only 5 are open. 3 of them are waiting on price checks. So I found a line and got behind a bunch of carts as full as mine. The line moved slow, paid my dough, filled my car, and off I did go. Toward home with a lot more stuff and a lot less money than I had before. Then when I got home, it occurred to me this was one hell of a shopping spree. And then I realized as I reached my door that I hadn't gotten what I went there for. That's okay. I can go again tomorrow. The more you shop, the more you save. I just hope I can save myself a trip to the poorhouse. And I need to ask one question of the guys on the control. So I'm just going to grab these. Am I doing like the full hour now, or is my time cut short? Is anybody there? Okay, well, I'm going to do the full hour. And if they cut me off, that's cool. I mentioned my crack team of lawyers, and by that I mean that my lawyers all smoke crack. But they're not very good lawyers, and they're cheap. So, and they said that I should make this disclaimer before I sing this next song, and that is that the next song is a work of fiction, and any resemblance to anybody, living or dead, is strictly on purpose. I'm on the outside, he's on the inside, that's the way it ought to be. It should have happened long ago, all the rotten stuff he did to me. All the lying and the stealing and the dirty double dealing, he wouldn't leave me alone. Now me and my my brother talked to one another over a jailhouse phone. He was a pretty surly kid, and I'm pretty sure he did everything that they say he'd done. I think it involved whiskey and a woman and one of his newest guns. He was always crazy and a little bit lazy and couldn't leave the booze alone. Now me and my brother talk to one another over a jailhouse phone. Sometimes I pause and wonder what caused this dysfunctionality. We must not have had the same mom and dad, 'cause we turned out so differently. I was a fat kid with a stutter, the butt of everybody's jokes. He was a big football hero, he likes hurting other folks. That combination was an irritation that never sat well with me. But now I guess it doesn't really matter, 'cause we're both where we should be. And sometimes I get a little giggle, the king fell off his throne. Now me and my brother talk to one another over a jailhouse phone. Well, he finally got run over by his karma. He always was a bit deranged, and contrary to the Dharma, some things will never change. That's the end of my story. I'm through picking clean the bone. Now me and my brother talk to one another over a jailhouse phone. Me and my brother talk to one another over a jailhouse phone. Oh, okay. Enough of that falderall. These next two songs were written about the same two people, about the same couple. And so I always play them together, and I play them in chronological order. This is the first one. Saturday night at the dance hall, we were all out on the floor. The music was playing, bodies were swaying, and I saw her there by the door. I asked her if she had a partner. She shook her head and made a sad little face. So I held out my hand, I helped her to stand, and her smile lit up the place. I taught her a new step and an old Cajun two-step out on the floor of worn pine. The first dance I taught her, the second one caught her. By the third dance, she was mine. By the third dance, by the third dance, I knew she was no waste of time. The first dance I taught her, the second one caught her. By the third dance, she was mine. Well, she put her arm round my shoulder, and I put my hand on her waist. She said they were playing her favorite tune. I had to admire her taste. We stepped to it all round the dance floor. I led and she followed along, and I thanked my stars that the fiddles and the guitars were playing her favorite song. Taught her a new step and an old Cajun two-step out on the floor of worn pine. The first dance I taught her, the second one caught her. By the third dance, she was mine. By the third dance, we knew we'd dance for all time. The first dance I taught her, the second one caught her. By the third dance, she was mine. So that was the first one, excuse me. And unfortunately, this is the second one. I woke up this morning, much to my surprise, when the pain in my head screamed out I was still alive. I found my pack of cigarettes, I couldn't find the light. Then I found the empty bottle of what I drank last night. And I don't know where I went wrong, but I know I can't keep this up for long. I can't send her a letter, I can't sing her a song. No matter how drunk I get, she's still gone. All alone in my kitchen, with nothing else to do. She left without a warning, I'm left without a clue. Another walk down to the corner, another bottle of rum, another pack of cigarettes, another evening has begun. And I don't know where I went wrong, but I know I can't keep this up for long. I can't send her a letter, I can't sing her a song. No matter how drunk I get, she's still gone. And I don't know where I went wrong, but I know I can't keep this up for long. I can't send her a letter, I can't sing her a song. No matter how drunk I get, she's still gone. Well, after that bit of sadness, let's see if I can liven it up a bit. It was in tune when I bought it. Well, my landlady takes me like I don't pay my rent, left my car at my mechanic's. I ain't thinking sense. My phone is always ringing when I wanna be alone. Want to give me everything from heaven to cologne. Everybody's got an offer. They say I can't refuse. It's a circus out there, mama. Your baby's got them sideshow blues. It's all a big commercial, it's a video on demand. They're trying to do away with my attention span. I make up all these issues I never understood. Thought I could change things, I run out to Hollywood. But it's so hard to kick the door down when you ain't wearing no shoes. It's a circus out here, mama, your baby's got them sideshow blues. Got them sideshow blues. Wanna tame some lions, them centering rich kids. They ain't even trying from the college to the big top to get the best position. I'm out here in the tent with all these freaks and musicians, and we're moaning the sideshow blues. Well, I try to tell my girlfriend she's the only one I got, but some chick I barely know keeps telling her she's not. Got a loaded pistol, waves it all the time, says sometimes you gotta kill a boy just to keep his ass alive. You know, that's the way she sees it. She said she saw it on the news. It's a circus out here, mama, your baby's got them sideshow blues. People hear satanic records, never know when they'll freak. From quiet kid to maniac to movie of the week. We're killing over cocaine, we're dying over sex. Bowing down and praying to whoever cuts the checks. And then they go to church on Sunday, seem to sleep in the pews. It's a circus out here, mama, your baby's got them sideshow blues. It's a circus out here, mama, your baby's got them sideshow blues. Sideshow blues. That's the first banjo song. When my now 37-year-old son was about 4, he comes up to me one day and he says, "Dad, I really love fishing. I really love fishing." And I thought that unusual because he had never been fishing, and I had never taken him fishing, and I'm not really a fisherman. And I said, "Why do you like fishing?" And he says, "Well, you know, they have so much cool stuff at Walmart. Just so much cool stuff in the fishing aisle. It's just, it's amazing, all this cool stuff you can get to go fishing." And I was kind of taken aback by that, and so I thought I'd write a little ditty to try and explain to him what the essence of fishing is. Sam Byerly would understand that. It's more than the stuff you buy. So, and then I played on the banjo, which is not my son's favorite instrument. I probably did that on purpose, in a dad sort of a way. But, so this is called Fishing for Catfish. Well, I'm fishing for catfish, fishing for catfish. No other fish will do. You can keep your bass and trout. In my mind, there ain't no doubt that a catfish, it's a fine fish through and through. Now my dad's got lots and lots of the finest fishing rods and clothes that he bought at LL Bean. Give me a bamboo pole and a nice deep river hole and a catfish, it's the finest fish I've seen. And I'm fishing for catfish, fishing for catfish. No other fish will do. You can keep your bass and trout. In my mind, there ain't no doubt that a catfish is a good fish through and through. My friend Paul will gloat about his $1,000 boat, fish finder and a motor that trolls slow. Give me some stinky bait and a nice patch in the shade, and the catfish, it's the finest fish I know. And I'm fishing for catfish, fishing for catfish. No other fish will do. You can keep your bass and trout, in my mind there ain't no doubt. Catfish, it's a fine fish through and through. With my friends Bob and Hank, we'd sit on a riverbank. We'd think of jokes and we'd swap songs to sing. And we never spent a dime, but we had a real good time, even when we didn't catch a thing. 'Cause we were fishing for catfish, fishing for catfish. No other fish will do. You can keep your bass and trout, in my mind there ain't no doubt. Catfish, it's a fine fish through and through. Catfish, it's a fine fish through and through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, the computer stuff notwithstanding and everything, I really want to thank the guys from the Two-Way Street. And I don't mean just the people that are doing it now, but I mean the people that have been doing it for the past 50 years. It's pretty amazing. I remember when I first auditioned for Dave, like 40 years ago, and I walked in and I was so awed because this place had been there. It's been here for 10 years. Whoa. You know, and 40 years later, 50 years. When is it? November 7th or 11th or 7/11, something like that. Anyway, for a guy who doesn't fish, it's kind of unusual that I live on a lake. I don't live on a lake. I live next to a lake. But a couple years ago, we had a piece of that, about a 9-acre piece of shoreline break loose and just float around. It actually parked out in front of our house for a night. We thought it was going to stay, and we were expecting to have to pay higher taxes. But the next morning, it was gone. It floated away, left little parts of itself everywhere. And so, you know, and I thought, well, that looks like an island to me. And then I thought, you know, I play the ukulele a little bit. And I thought this is a perfect opportunity to come up with some kind of a little ditty having to do with a floating island. So I did this. How'd you like to be on a floating island? Just your and my land, just you and me. Come along with me on a floating island, be quite big island. You wait and see. Territorial waters mean no plane, no boat, no car can ever be within 12 miles of any place we are. All alone at sea on a floating island, just you and me smiling continuously. Well, summer off Alaska, winter off Peru, any speck of land is home as long as I'm with you. Would you like to be on a floating island? exiling ourselves to sea. And if we need a holiday, we'll just drift away. How'd you like to be on a floating island? Just your and my land, just you and me. That was Floating Island. Nice little Hawaiian-like ditty. So another friend of mine and I, we're always sitting around grousing about what folk music is. You know, some people who are into pop culture think that folk music is anything played on an acoustic instrument. And then there's people who think that if it wasn't written in the 17th century and passed down by word of mouth to this very moment, it's not really folk music. I like to sit in the middle of that fence. I think that folk music is any kind of music that we sit around and play for our own enjoyment and that of our friends and our loved ones, our neighbors. And, you know, songs we all know, songs we can all sing along with, songs that will help us through these hard times. So with that in mind, I offered this following folk song. Feel free to sing along if you know the words. In fact, you're all alone in your house. You can even sing along if you don't know the words. Bus stop, wet day, she's there, I say, we share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it through wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it, but August she was mine. Every morning I would see her waiting at the shop. Sometimes she'd shop and she would show me what she bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. That's the way the whole thing started. Silly, but it's true. Thinking of a sweet romance beginning in a queue. Came the sun, the ice was melting, no more sheltering now. Nice to think that that umbrella led me to a vow. Every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she'd shop and she would show me what she bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. Bus stop, wet day, she's there, I say, we share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus go, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it through wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it, but August she was mine. Well, that song was written by a 16-year-old kid, and I can't remember his name, and I'm sorry about that. 16-year-old kid, the Hollies picked it up, had a big hit with it, and that kid went on to form a band called 10cc, who had a bunch of albums and a couple hit songs, I think. And Graham something. I'm old now. I can get away with forgetting names and stuff. I don't know how much longer, I'm supposed to be playing here. I'm going to do a couple more songs. I see there's a little clock up there, and it's past the hour, and I don't know what's going on. So I want to thank you guys for
9:30.
waiting. Those of you who did, and those of you who didn't wait, look what you missed. And boy, that was really egotistical of me, wasn't it? But I want to, like I said, I want to thank the guys from 2A Street, Tim and I'm sorry, like I said, I'm old. I can't remember names anymore. But I'm going to do a couple more, and then I'm going to get off. Okay. It's the nickel plate, the nickel plate. I know a place where the food is great. Get out of my way, I don't want to be late. I'm headed for a diner called the Nickel Plate. It's owned and operated by a guy named Pete. He don't speak English, I don't speak Greek. At breakfast, I don't have to shoot the bull, just eat my steak and eggs until my belly's full at the Nickel Plate. The Nickel Plate, not much for conversation, but the food is great. Get out of my way, I don't want to be late. I'm headed for a diner called the Nickel Plate. It got that name from the railroad, Chicago to St. Louis under any load. If you happen in, and if you look twice, you'll see that the name ain't far from the price. It's a Nickel Plate, the Nickel Plate. Easy on the budget and the food is great. Get out of my way, I don't want to be late. I'm headed for a diner called the Nickel Plate. Behind the counter is the kitchen, right in plain view, and Pete'll cook your eggs right in front of you. When he whips up an omelet, it can be seen that he didn't spit in it and the griddle's clean. It's the Nickel Plate, the Nickel Plate, sort of sanitary and the food is great. Get out of my way, I don't want to be late. I'm headed for a diner called the Nickel Plate. There was a guy there the other day bitching at me, said I work for a living and you're living for free. All I do is give and all you do is take, and here I am eating ham and there you are with steak. I said, no, Bub, said you got it all wrong. I make a living writing stupid songs like the Nickel Plate. The Nickel Plate, better diner than a song, cause the food is great. Get out of my way, I don't want to be late. I'm headed for a diner called the Nickel Plate. Get out of my way, I won't be late. I'm headed for a diner called the Nickel Plate. Thank you. That's an old song of mine, and this isn't even an older song of mine. This is my big hit. I'm a one-hit wonder. This will be my last song, I think. Is that how? You can get 'em green or black, you can get 'em soft or hard. If you lived in Acapulco, you could get 'em from your yard. But when you live in Chicago, gotta get 'em from a store. Long as you can get 'em, you can't ask for any more. Avocado, avocado. The first thing I'd buy if I ever hit the lotto would be a old Gibson guitar and a ripe avocado. You can slice them on a salad, you can dice them on your plate. Just peel and eat them, it'll don't mind gaining weight, 'cause they got a lot of calories, they even got a little fat. But the hippies used to love them, so they must be where it's at. Avocado, avocado. The first thing I'd buy if I ever hit the lotto would be a 1963 VW microbus and a ripe avocado. You can mash 'em with a jalapeno, diced onion and tomato. Throw in a little lime juice if you want to eat it later, 'cause it gets all black and gooey if you don't eat it right away, but still tastes good. You can still eat it the next day. Avocado. Guacamole. The first thing I'd buy if I ever hit the lotto would be a new refrigerator and a ripe avocado. You take that big old seed, soak it in some water, and if it starts to sprout, then you can give it to your daughter, and if she puts it in some soil, it could grow into a tree. Then you could have all the homegrown you want for free. Avocado. Avocado. The first thing I'd buy if I ever hit the lotto would be an ounce or two of Primo and a ripe avocado. 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 Running all around my brain. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Pete, can you put on your ears?
Oh.
Hey, Pete, music
Yeah?
sounds, the music is really great.
Okay.
Want to let everybody know that you never get out of the Two-Way Street Coffee House without an encore. So I'm sure you have at least one more in that guitar that you could play for us.
Well, you know what? I have this. That was the last one, but I do have one in the ukulele.
Well, you know, do what you got to do, buddy.
Okay.
Play till 9:30.
I'm still on, hon. My wife just came in and said something. Speaking of which, well, thanks everybody for putting up with this nonsense, computer stuff. I wrote this song about 15 years ago, and it's about a very special woman. And then 10 years ago, I met her. And then she just popped in the door just a second ago. So this is for her. I never was much of a ladies' man. I never cared to play that game. Friends of mine did all the time. I thought they were insane. All I have is myself to offer one special girl. And I know she's out there somewhere in this great big beautiful world. I just wanna be crazy about someone who's crazy about me. I just wanna have no doubt about my steady company. casual style and just a touch of sin. A girl who could light up the room with a smile whenever I walk in. I just wanna be mad about someone who's mad about me. I just wanna jump and shout and practice monogamy. She don't have to be rich or cook and clean or unfold out of a magazine. I just wanna be crazy about someone who's crazy about me. I just wanna be nuts about someone who's nuts about me. I just wanna jump and shout and practice monogamy. She don't have to be rich or cook and clean or unfold out of a magazine. I just wanna be crazy about someone who's crazy about me. I really mean it. Someone who's crazy about me. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Okay, so that was our famous Pete Norman. We had just a slight technical glitch, but us old guys, we just keep at it until we get it right. And just to let you know, tomorrow the 24th is the Country Western Sing Around from 2 to 4. Go to the website twowaystreet.org. And next week is Jim and Susie Malcolm, and I understand they're coming to us from Scotland. Now, this is my patented line. If your heart desires to contribute, please be as generous as you can, because Pete is playing for tips. So you can donate on the Two-Way Street Coffee House website. There's a PayPal button. You can either use PayPal or a credit or a debit card. And let's fill his pockets with money, because money's kind of tight these days for folk singers. And with that, I suppose we're going to let you go, Pete. And happy that we did get you hooked up, and we'll just keep at it until we get it right, right?
Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry everything was kind of goofed up, but it worked out for the best, or worked out well, I think. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know about everybody else, but I had fun.
Well, then that's what it's all about, right? Okay, so on that
That's all
happy
about
note, to the man behind the curtain, I will wish you a good night. And Pete, thanks